The workflow in 8.2 Scene Editor is slightly different than in 8.0 or earlier versions, and I thought what I would do is recreate this pretty cool little tutorial over at md-arts.com in 8.2 so I can show you the workflow in the Scene Editor. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to hop over to Modeler, and we'll start by creating this from scratch. I'm going to just draw a box, kind of make it long down the z-axis, and I'm going to use the right arrow key to add some segments. I'll just throw a bunch of segments in there. Okay, that works for me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a morph that's just going to move this along the z-axis. So I'm going to click the M button right here and New, and let's call this, well, I'm just going to call it Move, and Move Z will work. Okay, and I'm going to move it down the Z, and we'll just say that that'll work. So my base is here and my morph is here. I'm going to save that object and save it right here, and I'm going to send it over to layout. So now I have it in layout, and I'm going to go ahead and drop into my left view, and I'm going to put this over in the corner here. I'm going to add some bones, because what I want to do in that tutorial, it shows how you can animate along a bone chain by morphing through it. So what I'll do is go to the Setup tab, choose Draw Child Bones, and I'm just going to draw some bones. Make a little chain here, and that'll work for me. Now what I need to do in order for this to morph along there, I need to reset the rest rotations on these bones, and I could do it manually one by one, but with the new Scene Editor I can do it pretty fast. So I'm going to go over to my property panel in the Scene Editor. I'm going to turn this to list view. And as you can see, I can see all of my my settings for my bones here. I'm going to go to the rest rotations, which are the heading, pitch, and bank. And I could, if I click on the right side of the window here, I can click and drag and I can change it. Or if I click on the left side, I can multi-select and change multiple settings. So I'm going to go and select here. And go ahead and select all of these, zero them out, okay, and bank's already zeroed, so I didn't need to select those. So again, I'm going to select over here on the right to just scrub, and on the left I will click in this little column so I can multi-select and make the changes. That's something that's new to 8.2, even coming from 8.0. Okay, so now that I have those, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and turn all the bones on using the bones on. Then this already starts to deform, but what I really need to do is go to the properties panel right here and use morphed positions. I need to select that, and now whenever I select my object, P for properties, and apply morph mixer so that we can use our morph right here. I'm going to double click that, size this up, and now when I use my morph, the box is going to animate along that chain. So that's a quick version of the tutorial that's over at www.md-arts.com. It's a great tutorial. This is just a quick version, but really what I wanted to show you was the differences in working in the Scene Editor in the property panels so that you use the right side and the left side.